acing our tourney. I can't wait to see the more of those stupid ass names that they keep coming up with. It's gonna be really funny. Fucking yes sir, no sir. It's been like the funniest shit ever. I actually haven't probably played an Ace Attorney game before, so I think the last one I played was like on the DS? Yeah, what? There'll be a name you can't believe is in. Okay. That's gonna be an interesting one. I can't wait to see it. And I'm willing to bet it's gonna be every single fucking name ever. Hello. Alright. Let's go. Ta-da! Boobs. What's that for? What? Rekky said boobs. Jeez. My mod not being the first one to join test.
She fucking said starting her stream when she knew I couldn't yet.
I'm kidding. Alright. Everyone knows chat has to be read out loud. Yeah. So this is what being an Ace Attorney is all about. But I definitely saw him. That university cadet there. He was pointing the firearm directly at the victim's back. Wow, baby.
Yes!
Yes, I was. But I never fired the gun. Crocky, you're a bitch. Does that certain arc allusion? I can't read this. What does this even mean? That's just a kid note. What the fuck? I don't think it's a made-up word. But like it's a kid's novel name. So a kid is gonna go up to you and be like, "Hey, can you get me this book? It's called Duh," and it's just like this fucking word, this fucking letter vomit. What? It's pieced together from real words. Well, usually it is. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I can read that just fine. I grew up with that song around me. The Night of Wishes? All I did was pick it off the floor. And you, old man. Oh, he's gone. You didn't see the moment the victim was shot either? Myself, I have already been quite clear. The gunshot interested me not. I was far too busy on the floor. Too busy on the floor? Sorry, what were you doing? Hunting for treasure. It's the way he fucking vibrates. It's just so funny. Treasure? Indeed, from the Hoi Koban. of my prize coin. On each occasion when I visit that restaurant, it is my habitude to place in my bosom pocket a particular trinket of interest from my shop. Is this shop name fucking Rusty? Probably looking for loose coins. In the hope of meeting a rich diner who might like to buy it from you? On the day of the scrutiny, it was the military man that I proffered my Hoi treasure. Believed that he would purchase such a rare find. I did not, but I was presented with little alternative. And then, after averting my eyes for the— what the fuck did he just— averting my eyes for the briefest moments, it was there no more. It simply vanished. The coupon vanished? Hunting around under the table I was, in case mayhap it had fallen there. And then it happened. Kabang! You heard the gunshot, you mean? Indeed I did, but I heeded it not, for I was concerned only with finding my absconded Hoi treasure. Nothing could distract me. Why would you get this guy as a fucking witness if this is his story? Out of interest, did you find the coin in the end? No. I see. Yeah, I learned that weird word by heart as a kid, never forgot it. I'd like to hear you say it to me sometime. That lamentable day, the precious Hoi coupon was lost to me. No doubt, some unscrupulous scoundrel pocketed the prize coin for himself. Wait, did the baby steal it? As I'm sure everyone present is aware, this case demands a swift and decisive resolution. Our government has promised to send a full report to Great Britain by telegraph this afternoon. Nevertheless, the witness testimony the court has just heard, it was inconclusive. This fucking voice I've given him is just so stupid. Now, well, no matter how subservient our government feels it must be to the British, it would be unforgivable to deliver a verdict on this trial right now. What is your position, Prosecutor Archie? Why not, Your Excellency? Satan, obviously. Archer. Lugan. Genius. Alcohol? Alcohol. Bush. Wunsch punch. Interesting. I'm glad you clarified the punches in the drink. The defendant may have fled a tiger at the front gate, but he will find a wolf at the back. What the fuck does that even mean? My witnesses have further testimony to make. Explain. Upon hearing their next statements, it will be abundantly clear that there is only one person who could possibly have committed this despicable crime. The equally despicable defendant Ryunosuke Naruhodo. What? He really seems to have a despicable opinion of you, doesn't he? Very well. The court invites the witnesses to testify again. You will thoroughly explain the reasoning behind the prosecution's allegation. Is that clear? As clear as cuticle glass, Your Excellency. What? How clear is cuticle glass? It's fucking not at all. This motherfucker. Yes, sir. At once, sir. Awaiting signal to testify, sir. He led the baby in the courtroom, though. Excuse me, but there's something or someone peeking over your shoulder, I think? Affirmative. The newest member of the Nosa family to rise up through the ranks, sir. Name, Ido. I don't know, sir. No. I don't know, sir. Oh my god. I do, yes, sir. Yeah. Oh, was it? I do know, sir. Huh. It would seem those straps are a sign of the sergeant being too strapped to afford a nanny. Ido, turn shut. Your father is about to quell the enemy. Watch it and learn, my boy. What the? I had the kid have a snot bubble. That's disgusting. The true culprit. The game definitely has the most creative sprites. Honestly. Even if what I saw wasn't the precise moment the firearm was discharged, it's almost the same thing. What the fuck, bro? Yes, pointing his gun at the foreign man he was, that young lad in black. That much I myself did see. Now you're fucking looking on the floor, you batshit piece of. Furthermore, a visual search of the premises at the time confirmed that we were the only personnel present. Indeed, alone he was, the Englishman, dining all by himself. Therefore, no one other than the black uniformed cadet could have dispatched the Englishman. Over and out on the radio. God.
Yes.
Oh, he didn't even let me say. Let me read it. Let me finish reading. Stupid game. These testimonies are certainly compelling. Yes. I don't know why he says yes. You can't just say yes to everything. Wait, that's nonsense. The victim, Dr. Wilson, wasn't alone at all. Please, enough of these outbursts already. But there was a woman. There was a young woman at his table. You must have seen her. Everyone there must have seen her.
Objection!
If you call yourself a lawyer, then you will respect the rules of the court and speak accordingly. We are not here to listen to your fantasies. I mean, like, he's like He's mostly correct. You have to kind of wait for to do the cross-examination of the witnesses before you just start blurting shit. It is evidence beyond reasonable doubt that the victim was alone at the time of the incident. The prosecution has photographic evidence of this fact. You're gonna undo yourself with this fucking photograph. Is this a photographic print of the scene of the crime, counsel? Indeed. Of the table at which the victim was dining, taken by the investigator immediately after the incident. After the incident? She's already fucking gone. Oh my god. As you can plainly see, there is only one place set. Certainly, based on the appearance of this print, it would be reasonable to conclude that the victim was not in the company of anyone else. That doesn't make any sense. The court will add the new photographic evidence to the record. The photographic print of the crime scene has been entered into the court record. I don't understand. Hi, Lear. It is indeed afternoon. What's going on here? It's just not possible that nobody else saw that woman. The waiter before said the same thing. He maintains that Dr. Wilson came to the restaurant alone as well. Oh, you slept for 4 hours. Good job. Now get more. I know, that's tough. But that's not true. I saw her. It's 3 AM. You probably should. I saw that woman with him. It would seem that we will be able to telegraph the report to Great Britain on time after all. The witness testimonies we've just heard leave no further room for doubt. This judge is fucking awful. Woke up with nausea, so it's not happening anytime. Oh, poor thing. You taking anything for it? Also, what era Ace Attorney is this? This is Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. I think this is the 1800s. Because they reference the British and Japanese, the Anglo-Japanese treaty of quote-unquote friendship. I don't have anti-not. Oh, shit. These are very sensitive political times, as we all know. The ink is still fresh on the treaty with Great Britain. Yeah, 1854. It's time when they wear monocles. This guy has straight up like full-on glasses. What are you talking about? To think I, Taketsuchi Auchi, will have contributed to the amity of these two great empires is an honor. Is it Ochi? Ouchi? How could this be happening? The judge is ready to rule. I don't know who's saying this. Stand tall, Ryunosuke. It is not over yet. Oh, it's Kazuma, of course. Stand tall. It's not over yet. What? If what you say is true, then there's something going on here behind the scenes. Bro, stop unsheathing your sword. Now's not the time. And now's your chance to expose it, to draw out the truth in your cross-examination. I don't know, Kazuma. The defense is entitled to a cross-examination to cross-examine the witnesses, but make it quick. Understood? Rules can be so unbending at times. Well, I wonder if I should present my pin again. Oh no, I'm pulling up false strikes. Even if I wasn't, even I saw wasn't the precise moment of the firearm, but that was blah 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 blah. Even if what I saw wasn't the precise moment the firearm was discharged, it is almost the same thing. Now that reminded me of the blue-eyed samurai, and I don't know what exactly is supposed to take place. Kitchen entrance. This is such a useless piece of evidence.
Yes.
I'm gonna press him. No, it's not the same thing at all. For a start, I didn't fire that gun. We have a difference of opinion on that. The opinion of a uniformed officer versus that of a fledgling cadet. Yeah, I figured I could. I don't think so. Consider this, defendant. Just a moment ago, I blinked. Did you? Did you see it? Did you see me blink? Get fucked, asshole. What the fuck is that? What the fuck? How could I? And yet, it is an undeniable fact that I did blink. Oh. Get banned, idiot. So there you have it. Have what? Ted, shut! Attention. The sound of a firearm rang in my ears, and the very next moment, I saw you waving the gun at the Englishman. I think that says it all, don't you? Yeah. This game's showing off its superior tech. Let us not forget the antiques dealer let us not forget that the antiques dealer witnessed the accused in the most incriminating position as well. Characters being able to blink is intense. Were they camping? Because they were intense? Isn't that so, Korekuta-san? Oh, his name's Collector. I didn't realize. I thought it was Curator. I'm gonna press this. He was looking at the fucking floor.
Yes.
Yes, it may have been true I was holding that gun at the point in time. But I've told you already, that's only because I picked it up off the floor. No, I would have made the statement that he was looking at the fucking floor. Well, obviously, as the culprit, that's the only way you could explain it away. I had just finished drinking my coffee and I was about to leave the restaurant when... Should try to sleep now? Okay. Good night. I noticed a gun on the floor at Dr. Wilson's feet, so I picked it up. Like a dumbass teenager. At that exact moment, a gunshot rang in my ears. Hemph! Oh, wait. Full of events beyond our control, life is. Sorry? What did you mean? In your case, you found a pistol on the floor and picked it up, which precipitated this testing predicament. Whereas conversely, I failed to pick up the koban from the floor and found myself in an equally testing predicament as a result. Anyway, the fact remains, myself, I did see you, with pistol in hand, standing over the foreigner. Furthermore, visual set, I'm gonna press that one too. You must have noticed someone else at Dr. Wilson's table. There was a lady there.
Objection!
As you have been at pains to point out time and time again, I'm growing a callus in my ears. I'm kind of waiting for that fan to just explode when he does that. And yet, no one else appears to have caught even a glimpse of this woman. Only there'd been more people at the people dining there at the time. Then someone else would have noticed her. What about your friend? Oh, right. Unfortunately, it was past 2 p.m. when it happened. The quiet time between lunch and dinner in any restaurant. I know. Of course the place was almost empty. That's what you'd expect. Certainly. 2 p.m. is neither here nor there in terms of time to eat. I wonder if there was a reason why the victim was eating at that time of day, and why he was alone. Yes, Your Excellency, there was indeed a reason. How the fuck do you know? There was? This was found in the victim's jacket pocket. Then fucking present it. You can't just randomly pull out shit. What is that, Counsel? It is a medical report card, Your Excellency. It would seem the victim had an appointment at the clinic prior to visiting the restaurant. Potter Clinic? Yes, there would indeed appear to be an entry for that date in question. 19th November, noon to past 1 p.m. The very day of the incident. So the victim went to a late lunch following his appointment. The explanation couldn't be more simple. The prosecution felt no need to submit this evidence before, as it really has no bearing on the case. My brother in fucking Christ. It's... Talking about the whereabouts of the victim before he got shot. Of course this is relevant. I wonder, what do you think, Ryunosuke? It's not real evidence then. Well, it is hard to see how it could be related, really. Remember, you can request it to be entered into the court record as evidence if you think it could be useful. Should I ask for Dr. Wilson's medical report card to be submitted as evidence? Ask for it to be submitted because there's no real reason not to.
Yes!
Yes. If I may, I'd like to ask for the medical report card to be submitted as evidence, Your Excellency. On what grounds? The court has already heard conclusive witness testimony. Additional evidence would be extraneous. Not to mention that the victim's movements prior to his arrival at the restaurant are of no concern.
Objection!
Jesus Christ. Whether or not they are of concern is up to us to decide, and we have the right to explore all possible avenues. Hey, I beg your pardon? You have no authority to refuse a perfectly valid request for submission of evidence. Very well. The court will grant the defense's request. Youngsters these days are forever asserting their rights. It's a most disturbing trend. The fuck, bro? How dare people know their rights and assert them? Officer, kindly add the victim's medical report to the court record. Zoomer and their rights. Yay! What we need right now is new clues. We have to explore things from every possible angle, even if they don't seem relevant at first. Right, I hear you. Humph! You can conspire to prolong this trial as much as you like, but it's the day after the festival already for you. Your Honor, I request to submit it as evidence because it's bloody evidence. Give us rights or we'll start committing wrong. I'm about to fucking commit so many wrongs in this court. I will take Kazuma's sword right now. And I'll show them what a real criminal is. They never have enough rights either. Always more rights. So tiring. Perhaps you've forgotten that the witness testimonies leave no room for doubt. Feel free to reiterate for the accused, corrector. Son. Indeed, he was alone. The Englishman was dining all by himself. Did I already look at this one? Oh, fuck.
Yes!
I'm just gonna press that. See, actually saw that with your own eyes, did you? The victim, Dr. Wilson, dining alone. That I did! Forgive me for the position I place you in. So, the testimonies of the old man and the soldier and the waiter all agree on that point. Isn't that interesting? And let us not forget the incontestable evidence we have to support their statements as well. As can clearly be seen, there is only one beefsteak on the victim's table, a meal for one. That's such a boring meal. Like, I love steak, but if it's just a steak on a plate, that's so boring. Give me like carbs or a vegetable or something. No. The antiques dealer, the sergeant, and the waiter who testified before. We have bread with steak and eggs. That's always good. Steak sandwich, I think. It's not possible that they're all lying. I mean, they could all be lying. Because they could all just be like, the British people, the white man's gonna kill me. You know? But if so, then why? If I'm perfectly honest, I have absolutely no idea. This game is about perjury, yeah. Therefore, no one else. What does this card say? I can't examine it. That's racist. It sure is racist.
Yes!
I'm just gonna press that one too. Why aren't you telling the truth? What? What did you say, cadet? I clearly remember. It's just a flashback to this woman every single time. There was a woman sitting across from the professor. Perhaps one of you might not have noticed. But both of you have failed to see the professor's dining companion? That's just not possible. Unfortunately for you, defendant Naruhodo, it is not just a case of these two witnesses alone. Sorry? The waiter, whose testimony the court heard earlier, clearly stated the same thing. He also said the victim was alone. That's right. Precisely. In other words, you are the sole proponent of this phantom lady. But I... If such a woman were indeed present at the scene, the prosecution demands to see proof. And if no such proof exists, the prosecution demands no further mention of this phantom woman be made. It is a blatant waste of the court's time. There's nothing I can say to that. Excellent work, Ryunosuke. We gleaned some new information now. Well, yes, but I don't feel like it changes much. I can't see that brings any real discrepancies to light. I wouldn't be so sure. Let me see that medical report you got before. Oh, you mean this? Yes, it's a brand new piece of evidence. So perhaps we should examine it in a little more detail. How exactly? You'll notice that some pieces of evidence bear a magnifying glass. These ones you may examine. Press A, and you can take a closer look at the piece in question. Use right stick up, right stick left, right stick down, right stick right. What the fuck are these instructions? What do you say? To rotate the evidence in all directions to examine it from all angles. By using left stick up, left stick left, left stick down, left stick right. You can move the crosshairs around to hunt for clues that may have been missed before. Imagine your cottage. Your cottage. Someone submits a evidence and goes into I'd like to imagine it's every piece of evidence has its own magnifying glass, like specifically for that one. If this crosshair starts to pulsate, press A to investigate further. So partner, I think you should take a closer look at this medical report card. See if there isn't something new to be learned by examining it in more detail. Alright, I'll see what I can do. I feel like this tutorial could have been done so much better. I need to use right stick up, right stick left, right stick down, right stick right, left stick up, left stick left, left stick down, left stick right, and A to inspect any areas of evidence that look suspicious. Oh my fucking Christ. It says Hotta Clinic. It's a medical report card on this medical report card. I hate clinics almost as much as I hate hospitals and surgeries. Aren't they all the same? When I was 5, I caught the cold. The only cold I've ever had in my life. Ah. And I remember, even though I felt awful already, I had to have this hideous injection in my right arm. Bro, no one asked. No, hold on, this isn't the time to talk about your law. But I'll never forget it. Never in my whole life. No one fucking asked. Most people give their right arm to have the only one cold in their whole life. Anyway, I don't think this is a clinic where they treat people for illnesses like that. Let's keep looking for clues. We don't want to miss anything. Looks like this medical report card was first issued quite some time ago. Probably a record of long-term treatment, that's why. With a family doctor, I imagine. I can't imagine going to a doctor. I mean, as long as I'm alive, I'm never consulting one. Oh, the 1800s. Well, if you were dead, there'd be no point. So you don't like doctors then? Why would you? They make you drink horrible tasting medicine. They give you painful injections. And then they demand lots of money from you for the privilege. All when you're at your lowest ebb. You sound like a model patient. With a bad case of stubbornness, no less, for which the only cure is very bitter medicine indeed. Naruhodo is anti-vax. Typical. Consulting them after you died seems impractical. Doctor, I have a serious case of dead. I think my heart has stopped. Can you help me? Here, have some leeches. They can't charge you anymore though. Let's have a look. It's just some kind of medical history. And there's an entry for the day the professor was killed. Extraction of molar with topical anesthesia. Extraction of molar? You mean he had a tooth taken out? It would seem so. Just before the incident, he had a bad tooth. Why would you immediately go for a steak dinner after that? Or a steak lunch after that? What? Perhaps they use laughing gas, the most modern practice in Western medicine for pain, in the West for pain relief. He has a rare steak. That's even more chewy. I would not go for a steak after having a tooth taken out. That's like the worst thing you could possibly do. Yes, I've heard of this anesthesia. Although it's hard to believe there's anything that can actually stop you from feeling pain. You know, the sweet release of death stops you from feeling pain. In-game. I prefer my steak epic or legendary. I'd like a triple S rank, 6-star steak. Anesthesia going to be the name of a character? Honestly. Anesthesia-san. There's a cautionary note from the medical practitioner as well. Strictly no food or drink besides water for 3 hours post-procedure until anesthetic effects have passed. Really? Sounds like information worth bearing in mind. Medical report cards information has been updated in the call record. With this new information, the meaning of that one peculiar statement totally changes. So I think it's time we listen to the testimonies again, don't you? Definitely! Woo! We found evidence! Firearm. Gun. No one. Dying all by himself. There's no one there. She literally never needed to tell us. I think it was this one. Yeah. Where's that? Well, I think, what are you withering, lad? Call yourself a lawyer? I wish I could. But first and foremost, here I'm the accused. Ryunosuke. Everyone stumbles on their words occasionally. Under the circumstances, I wouldn't worry about it. Thanks, Kazuma. I could see quite clearly in that cross-examination you just carried out. When you raised your hand straight up like that, so purposely. You knew exactly what it is you wanted to say. Oh my god, Kazuma knows me so well. He's so handsome. Oh my... Huh? Don't feel like you have to choose your words carefully. Just say what you're thinking. He's giving Naruhodo the participation prize? Yeah, he is. Alright. Thanks for the advice. Big breath. Correcta-san, this is the medical report belonging to the victim. I see, and I don't see. What of it, boy? Comparing what is written on this report card with your witness statement. He slapped the table. Oh my god, I slapped the table. Something clearly doesn't add up.
Objection!
I bet. Kill still can't slam the table. Dear me, have you forgotten your words so soon, you amateur? Sorry, what? You are not to interrupt court proceedings with your amateurish drivel. He's literally doing a cross-examination. Shut the fuck up. But let's see if I can explain in words you might understand. It was after 2 PM in the afternoon when the victim was murdered at the restaurant. Whatever he may or may not have done before that time is clearly completely irrelevant. Grr. But that's Remember, Ryunosuke, you don't have to use clever language or fancy words. Just make your point. Your Excellency, I believe we're finished here. There's surely no need to prolong the trial further. The judge is allowing too much shit. The judge is allowing so much stupid shit. The witness testimonies the court has heard have been clear and concise. This medical report card has no bearing on the matter at all, for the simple reason that there is no one else beside this pale-faced people. Oh, I didn't even get to read the rest of it. People who could possibly have perpetrated the crime. Perpetrated. This medical report card has nothing to do with the case? Do you really believe that? What? That outburst half petrified me, boy. If that's gonna petrify you. Do you see my fist? Eyewitness testimony is trash. Human memories can't be trusted. Of course. But this is the 1850s. They'll trust fucking voodoo. No, not voodoo. They'll trust divinations. Sorry, that was mean to voodoo. Voodoo's cool. You do this exact thing in PW games? What? This is Ace Attorney. They have a parrot as an eyewitness. Yeah, and like I believe in the older one on the DS or something, they were willing to take like your assistant, who's a psychic, willing to take her evidence because she talked to her dead sister. Of course I believe it. How could it possibly be relevant? Perhaps because Hotter Clinic, which issued the report card, is a dental clinic. A dental clinic? Is that supposed to mean something to me? Perhaps if I told you that the victim just had a tooth extracted? What's this now? And furthermore, if I told you that as a result, the victim had been forbidden from eating. Just what are you talking about, Cadet? He has orders not to eat, so what? It's all written up in here. No food or drink other than water for 3 hours post-procedure while anesthesia wears off. And you had to break psychic locks, yeah. What? No, that can't. Correctasa. What? Boy, what? As you just heard, when he was killed sometime shortly after 2 PM, the victim could not have been eating anything at all. No. Additionally, there's more. You have assured the court with unwavering self-confidence that the victim was dining alone. But that cannot possibly be the case. I mean, Wilson could just be very hungry for steak. Because the victim, as we now know, had just had a tooth extracted and was experiencing the effects of anesthesia. Ah! What the fuck is that? Expertly done, partner. Why is this so dramatic when he's just repeated the same thing twice? The victim hated doctors and didn't listen. Case closed. What? What is this nonsense, you little upstart? All these baseless accusations, just look at the photographic evidence. You can clearly see that the plate of food, the plate of the food at the victim's table.
Objection!
Use your head. That's the very discrepancy we're talking about. Or can't you follow the logic? How dare you? I think it's fair to say that the tables in this restaurant in this case have turned. What the? I love puns. I love puns so much. Dude, wouldn't you agree, Ryunosuke? Yes! How the turntables. Most definitely. So, having just undergone some dental surgery, the victim was unable to eat. Which leaves one crucial conundrum. Who in fact was eating the pictured beefsteak? That photo is AI. The court will hear the opinion of the defense on this new puzzle. I assure you're ready, counsel. Counsel? Oh, that means me, doesn't it? Alright, the answer to this question was going to be pivotal. This is the start of your turning this trial around. Show them what you're made of. Got it. The person eating the steak at the victim's table must have been me. The two witnesses. An as yet unknown third party. We'll just go with that one. Obviously, it can only have been someone else who was sitting at the professor's table. Can you say and see if there's like no? Oh crap.
Objection!
Oops. I accidentally put on auto. You will not let this go now. Let this go, will you? There was no such person. Oh, can I? What happens if I load? Can I go see the extra dialogue? Ah, here we go. Go. Oh my god.
Objection!
We fast forward. I want to see all the funny. Oh my god, how far did this auto save? Come on. Move faster. Oh my Jesus.
Objection! Objection!
This would be very annoying if there wasn't any. Yes, yes it would be. Alright, I'm gonna save. Just gonna overwrite that. Okay, let's go with this one. The victim himself, obviously. What? Yunosuke, come on, pull yourself together. The victim couldn't have been eating a steak at the time, you just told the court yourself. Oh yes, haha, of course, I didn't, it didn't sound quite right. Look, you just stole the judge with that ludicrous answer. Alright then, I can use his state of shock to give me time to think and come up with the right answer. I suggest you think through more carefully and try not to shock him in the first place. What's that face? His bandana stopped flying just for this. You're right, sorry, the person eating the steak was me.
Yes!
I think it may have been me. It's like that doesn't penalize you for being wrong. What?
Objection!
That's that's not enough that you took the man's life, but you took his meal as well. That's a bee sting on a crying face. Some people seem to think they can do whatever they want, or whatever they like. And some people think some people seem to think they can say whatever they like. You know, Skay. Sorry, you're right. Of course I didn't eat it. The next time you make a quip like that, I'll make you eat your word. You'll be needing some dental surgery yourself. Oh, alright, I get the message. The two witnesses. I bet it was the sergeant and the antique dealer, Nosa-san and Korekta-san. Ugh. Ah. Are you taking the cake? The cake? You taking the cake, cadet? You think I share rations with a decrepit graybeard? Insult me by associating me with this brutish carnivore, wouldn't you? You're both present at the scene. Neither of you can deny that you had the opportunity. You addle-brained idiot. I had my own regulation beefsteak set before me at my own table. And as any soldier worth his salt will tell you, you seize whatever rations are put in front of you. You also seize whatever rations are around you. It would seem you have may need to reconsider your answer, Counsel. Of course, Your Excellency. Oh, interesting. I can just choose all of them. That's nice. Obviously, it can only have been where you read that.
Objection! Yes!
There was, because I saw her. When the incident occurred, we know the victim couldn't have been eating anything. Yet we have evidence of a half-eaten steak at his table. I bet it was the waiter. Therefore, the only logical conclusion is that somebody else was eating it. We have strong evidence to support our assertion. It's clear that these witness testimonies are unreliable. It's nice that it has so much extra dialogue. Yeah. If the court decides to push through a ruling at this stage, we'll lodge a formal complaint with the Ministry of Justice and pursue fair retrial relentlessly. Kazuma? Oh my god. You care about me so. Are you insane? You would take on the government? Don't worry, Counsel. I have no issue with you. What do you mean? I have an issue with them. Those two witnesses in the stand. What? What are you talking about? We have demonstrated the evidence that the victim was not alone. So if it now turns out the two of you deliberately lied when giving your testimonies, obviously you'll be charged with perjury. Are we just gonna? We really are just gonna charge everyone with perjury. Perjury. And since it's a murder trial, you'll also be deemed complicit in the killing. Complicit in murder? No! Hold it. Negative. There was no mention that of this tactical meeting. At the tactical meeting, I was just following orders. The baby was in on it. The baby's the mastermind. He was the one that ate the steak. That's right, as the man says. So you both just you both just God. Guy's literally folded under no pressure. You just give away that you had witness tampering, like come on. No one was even pressing you for that. Just say you never saw the gentlewoman. That's what they told us. Oh. Shit. What? What did you just say? Correct, Hassan? Oh, you were just following orders? Now, hold on, lad. I was, say you never saw the gentlewoman? Grr. When you say gentlewoman, do you mean you saw the victim with the lady from overseas? What?
Objection!
What? What is the meaning of all of this? These witnesses gave false statements? Bro, you can't be that stupid. You surely you can't be that stupid. They were both such unreliable witnesses to begin with. Is this true, you pair? He's that stupid. Just one simple slip of the tongue. Order, order. Council, explain what is going on here. It is painfully clear now. You tried to prevent these witnesses from telling the truth. Absolutely not. The persecution knows nothing of this. the way he like slaps the table, goes, oh my god. Oh. Why does my phone do this to me? Wet table slap. Then who's behind this? Who tried to make you keep your mouth shut? Well, that's classified. So you're prepared to be tried as a conspirator to this murder, are you? You wouldn't. This can't be happening. Ryunosuke. Judging from the way they're reacting to this, I'd say they were sworn to silence by someone with considerable influence. Would it be Mika, whatever the fuck his name is, Mika Tora? Because he was like, I know for a fact that Kazuma is gonna entirely destroy this trial, so I'm gonna make Ryunosuke Naruhodo do it because I know he's like an unreliable piece of shit, and then he'll flub the entire thing. And I also don't want Kazuma to be held up with this. There's 5 people we know right now. It's gonna be one of them. It was Dr. Wilson. He wanted to die himself, so he hired an assassin. I don't believe Archie had any idea about it. What are you saying? I mean, to wield that kind of influence, there are only a handful of possibilities. It could have been the government, the military, or the police, I suppose. Well, any ideas about who might be behind this? If we can affirm who tried this to silence these witnesses, then we can continue our pursuit. Well, Miko told her knew about the quote-unquote peculiarities of this trial. So it's probably him. Or the waiter. I don't know what the waiter could possibly be doing though. As the witnesses now are free to be honest, yeah. So we need to name whoever it was tried to make the witnesses keep their mouths shut. Probably the waiter. Of course, we'll need evidence before we can make any firm accusations. Evidence that proves whoever really did this, did wield his... Whoever it was really did wield his or her power here. God, I can't read. But how can we possibly? Remember how we made progress before? Before? We examined the piece of evidence in more detail and found a new clue as a result. Oh, yes, that's right. Well, that's not the only piece of evidence we have, is it? We need to re-examine everything and make sure there's nothing we've missed. There's no time to lose. I'm gonna examine things and Naruhodo's gonna give me lore about himself. I want answers. If it's proven that these witnesses have been manipulated, I assure you the penalty will be severe. Please wait, Your Excellency. I had no idea about any of this. I swear to every Shinto god. It's not really how that works, but I knew nothing. And what does the defense have to say about all this, well, Your Excellency, no time to think. I'm gonna have to close my eyes and shout the first name that comes into my head. Hold on. I need to save so I can do like literally everyone. Okay, this one has penalty. Oh, okay. Well. I'm gonna do everyone. Just do everyone. Yeah.
Yes.
There. What do you make of that? I think, Counsel, that you may want to close your ears as well as your eyes. Otherwise, the sighs of disappointment in the court may very well deafen you. If you feel you must close your eyes in a crisis, might I suggest you keep your mouth shut next time too? Okay, there isn't a funny extra dialogue for this. Otherwise, I may have to use the influence I have in this courtroom to shut it permanently. Oh, that's sad. Fine. Okay.
Yes.
Oh. Whoops.
Yes.
Well, surely that would be Satoru Hosonaga-san. Hosonaga-san. The waiter who took the stand earlier?
Objection!
Poppycock! What possible reason would the waiter have to make the witnesses give false testimony? Not to mention the fact that even a head waiter could not possibly have that level of influence. For once, I would agree with you. If that is, the man were truly a waiter. Oh my god, wow! What? If he truly were... Oh my god, he's not shocked by him slamming the table anymore. You're thinking 5 plot twists ahead. Come on, Ryunosuke. Time to hit this court with the truth. Character development. I love it. Let's examine my badge. Oh boy. Ah, the symbol of Yume University. Every student wears this pin with pride. It's funny because most emblems seem to either be round or rectangular. I like the spike design, even though it doesn't really make any sense. Although, it does cause problems. Lots of students end up cutting their fingers on badges. Perhaps it was an idea of one of the founders. A sharp pin for a sharp mind, or something? Oh, I can't do anything with that. Damn man. Should move my mouse out of here. This plan of the restaurant raises a number of questions, I think. Definitely. It's supposed to show the relative position of everything in moments following the incident. But there's nothing to show the woman you say you saw there. Exactly. But that's not all. And that's not all. Look here in the upper left where it says kitchen. Hmm? Oh yes, what of it? No one would use those complicated characters to write kitchen, especially not if they were in a hurry. You mean you don't remember those characters yourself, don't you? Study harder, Ryunosuke. But what the fuck is... Are you stupid? Are you actually stupid? Chief Inspector Satoru Hosonaga, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau. Oh my god. How fucking stupid are you? Well, that's unexpected. There's no way. What is? Look, don't you see the witnesses? It says the witness's name there. The name here. Satoru Hosonaga. Well, yes, business cards tend to show a person's name. That's sort of the point. Ryunosuke, open your fucking eyes. They're anime eyes. They're bigger than they should be. You know, casual racism. It's not the name that's unexpected, it's his job title. He's bright but not smart, yeah. His job? Oh! Chief Inspector Satoru Hosonaga, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau. Inspector? What on earth? I have no idea. But let's face it, the police have a lot of power and influence. If they're wielding it here somehow here. Ta-da! Got the thing. Oops. Examine this one. So many bites of steak. Is there actually anything to see on these? Anyway. Present.
Yes!
The plan of the restaurant sketched by the man in question? I agree, it shows a great deal of attention to detail. But I'm not sure if we can include anything. Sorry, Your Excellency. It's the back of the card. It's the back of the card that's of interest. I beg your pardon? Or perhaps I should have said the front? Oh my god, he actually slammed the table. Did the power just go out? No? He slammed the table. Yes, it's the front of the back of the card. That's where that's where the telling detail is. Oh. Would somebody please explain this what this overexcited student is trying to say? Hosonaga-san sketched the plan of the restaurant on the reverse side of his business card. The front of that business card reveals the man in question question's profession, his true profession. The waiter's profession? But that's surely... Good gracious. That's right, Your Excellency. The card reads Chief Inspector, Primary Criminal Investigation Division, Imperial Police Bureau. Blah blah blah. Your... What? The waiter is a police detective? I haven't heard any mention of this before. Why haven't I heard any mention of this before? The Imperial Police Bureau has immense power, absolute power as far as regular civilians are concerned. So, witnesses there in the stand. What was it, in fact, the waiter who gave you your orders? Or was it he told you to not mention that you'd seen this foreign gentlewoman at the scene? Well... Inspector Hosonaga. The baby's crying. I was worried something like this might happen. The moment you asked me to submit my sketch as evidence, I realized there was a possibility. You're an idiot. You're actually so stupid. The court will take this plan and add it to the court record as evidence. Oh. Well. Is that a problem? Hand the plan to the court officer at once. Well, of course. Here you are. Yes, I remember now. He did act strangely when the judge asked him to hand over his business card. I strive to carry all investigations flawlessly. It's my guiding principle. But I let myself be distracted when I made that sketch. Fucking glasses adjustment. It was an unusually careless mistake. So, you mean to say you're really a detective? But why would a detective be working as a restaurant waiter? Ah, of course, of course your salary must be terrible. I was working undercover. Undercover? Yes, there have been a series of incidents at the restaurant recently. In order to investigate, I decided to get a job there as a waiter, working undercover. Incidents at the restaurant? What kind of incidents? The fucking glasses. That would be classified police information, which I am not at liberty to divulge. However, I can state categorically that they are unrelated to the case of this homicide. There. Very well then, Inspector Hosonaga. But you will elaborate on one point for the court. Of course, Your Excellency. We have just heard new information from the two witnesses beside you. That at the time of the shooting, there was in fact another person present at the victim's table. If that is indeed true, clearly you have also been aware of this person's presence, having served at the table in question. However, your testimony did not allude to this other diner. Therefore, I am led to assume that in your professional capacity as a police officer, you require these witnesses to be in agreement. Would that be correct? No, welcome back from the ads. Correct, Your Excellency. Unbelievable. As I suspected. Bang! As soon as I heard the gunshot, I ran out of the kitchen to see what had happened. The victim sat slumped in his chair, and beside him, gun in hand, stood the accused student. Sitting opposite the victim at the same table was a young lady, whom I guessed to be an Englishwoman. So the truth comes out. I immediately sealed off the restaurant and reported the incident to the bureau. It was then I received some special orders. Special orders? You mean to say, remove the Englishwoman from the scene at once. It was made clear that the Englishwoman's presence at the restaurant was to be concealed. Those were my orders. But what if the Englishwoman was the killer? I think it would be in everyone's best interest not to pursue that idea. The Empire views the friendly terms of its relationship with Britain more highly than anything at the moment. An Englishman has been murdered on our soil. To name an Englishwoman as the primary suspect, well, without irrefutable evidence, that would be completely out of the question. So that's the reason. My voice. So that's the reason for the disappearance of the Phantom Woman in this case. But it's not right. They're just like, throw the kid under the bus. What did? Sorry, everyone just pause. Oh, hey Maisie. How's it going? One possibility does spring to mind. What do you mean, Kazuma? UMA University is currently hosting a number of exchange students from Great Britain. EP. I'm good. I'm just having a nice afternoon stream. And I'm fairly certain that one of them studying in the medical faculty's research laboratory is a young English woman. What? You're a shrewd man. I can see why you're the chosen candidate for the overseas study tour. You mean when I removed the woman from the scene of the crime, I thought it prudent to check her identity first. Then the court demands that you name the lady in question at once, Inspector. The English woman sitting at the university professor's table was a certain Miss Giselle Bratt. Okay, there's nothing funny about that name. My brain. She is indeed a foreign student studying at the research laboratory of UMA University. Of university's medical faculty. What? What is happening here? I admit that under orders from the police bureau, I erased all evidence of this lady's presence at the scene. And ordered these witnesses to make no mention of her in their testimonies. It must now be up to Your Excellency to decide how to deal with this situation. Wow. Very well. My thoughts on the matter are as follows. Thus far, the case presented to the court has been underpinned by a particular critical premise. Namely, that the victim was dining alone. However, as we have now discovered that this premise is false, it would be a desecration of our justice system to ignore the truth and give a ruling at this point.
Objection!
But, Your Excellency, that would be missing the noon deadline of a ruling in order to send a telegraphic report to Great Britain. Our own government will surely be very displeased by such actions. Calm yourself, Counsel. I will not allow the government of our country or any other to influence the proceedings of my courtroom. Inspector Hosonaga. Yes, sir. You will locate this Jezebel brat and escort her to the courtroom with the utmost urgency. At once, Your Excellency. But that means you'll be going against the special orders you were given from the police bureau. As I said before, it is my guiding principle to carry out all investigations flawlessly. So, it won't be a problem? Fucking dies, I guess. Why is this some fucking Mandeville smile stuff happening? What is this? What is this? Nothing will get in my way. I mean, your obvious lung problems will. Court will adjourn briefly. The prosecution must call the English student Jezebel Bratt to the witness stand. Do I make myself clear? Yes. Your Excellency. Good. Then we'll have a 30-minute recess before reconvening. Oh my god. We haven't... To be continued. That's it. That's the end of the game. Just save my progress. Okay. (22nd November, 11:38 a.m. Supreme Court Judicature. Defendants Antechamber 5. Excellent work, Ryunosuke. That was superb. My heart was in my mouth the entire time. It was almost unbelievable. I mean, looking at you in there, just so fuckable. Oh, my brain. My brain. You were drenched in sweat, your eyes popping, your knees knocking, and you were grinding your teeth. Oh my god, he's so perceptive. He's looking at me. It was a grim sight, but before I knew it, you started finding inconsistencies in the testimonies. I think you might have a natural talent for being a lawyer, just not a spokesperson or anyone that gets up to speak publicly. Forget it! It's terrifying! If I get through this, I don't ever want to see the inside of a courtroom again. Anyway, looks like we've exposed your phantom lady at last. Miss Jezebel Brett, a student from Great Britain, is she? That's what I was trying to tell everyone from the start. Dr. Wilson wasn't alone. There was a young woman with him, like I've been saying all along. Yes, you have, haven't you? Might not have been overly confident in the courtroom, but my powers of observation are one thing I am sure of. Yes, I can see that. So about this young gentlewoman. Thanks to our detective friend, she was hastily escorted away from the scene, it seems. Did you see what happened with that? No, I didn't see any of it. I was just on my way out of the restaurant myself, then on the floor next to Dr. Wilson's table, I noticed there was a gun lying on the floor, and just after I bent down to pick it up. God, why do they have to keep telling me the same thing over and over again? I didn't have time to think about where the sound of the gunshot had come from. The waiter ran over to me, looking as white as a sheet, and he bundled me into some sort of small pantry next to the kitchen. Fast thinking by the detective. He apprehended his suspect without a moment's delay. Yes, and because I was shut in the pantry, I have no idea what happened outside in the dining area. Well, there you are. Well done, both of you. The woman just fucking disappears. Professor Mikotoba. Well, it seems I was right. The pair of you make an outstanding team. You've exceeded my expectations, I would have to say. Yes, it seems you planned this from the start. You're arranging things so I wouldn't be able to act as a lawyer in this trial. Our modern country is still in its infancy, our justice system even more so. Which is why I firmly believe that we need to send our brightest young stars overseas to learn all they can. I wanted to avoid a situation that may have resulted in your study tour to Great Britain being cancelled. Well, it makes no difference. Lawyer otherwise, if I'm the kind of man who can't help his best friend avert the worst crisis of his life, I shouldn't waste everyone's time by going to study overseas anyway. What? What are you saying, Kazuma? So that's your stance. I was afraid you'd feel that way. Kazuma! Well then, it looks like it all comes down to you, young man. To me? Yes. You need to prove your innocence and uncover what really took place in the restaurant. I must say, I very much want to know the truth. After all, I have a personal connection to this case. Come to think of it, he said the same thing earlier in this morning, didn't he? If you don't mind me asking, Professor, did you know the victim? Yes, I did. As you're probably aware, Dr. John H. Wilson was a visiting professor at UME. It was I who invited him. Oh, I see. I didn't know that before. Anyway, you're about to go into battle. The victim was a university professor from Great Britain, and a well-known one at that. Naturally, our government is looking to identify and punish the culprit as quickly as possible. But let's not forget who we're up against. The gentlewoman whose involvement our police bureau went to an extraordinary lengths to hide. Yes, and I'm sure the prosecution will be using every tool at their at their disposal to quash your case. But I have no doubt that the pair of you will put up a good fight, right to the last. Best of luck. Thank you. Now then. I need you to run an errand at the university at once. There's something I think we may need. Of course. Good luck, Kazuma-sama. Sama? Defendant Naruhodo! Court recess is over. Please make your way back inside the court at once. It's time. Let's get back to it, partner. Let's go in there and deal a decisive blow before those old fossils know what hit them. Can you please? Why are you allowed a sword in court? Why are you allowed a sword in court? Kazuma. What? Thank you. Really? What for? Well, if you hadn't said you believed in me, then... We're slicing people with our words, yeah. I'm fairly sure I'd already been found guilty by now. Look, I have faith in you. As a lawyer and as a friend. Hearing from you, that means a lot. They're just friends. They're just best friends. If I'm found guilty in this trial, he's really going to give up on his dream of studying abroad. That's the kind of true friend he is. Yes, he's a good friend, but like... What if Ryunosuke is like a complete lost cause? I feel like Ryunosuke should be like, even if we fuck up, you should still go abroad, please. So this isn't just my battle anymore. Whoever we're up against, we absolutely cannot afford to lose. Alright then. I'll save the thank yous for after the trial. You can treat me to one of those sukiyaki meals I like from Yume Cafeteria at on University Street. That's so generic. I love it. With an extra large portion, of course. 22nd November, 12:09 PM. Supreme Court of Judicature. I still can't fucking get over this word. Judicature, courtroom 2. Up. The court hereby resumes the trial of Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Prosecutor Aouchi? Yes. Have you managed to subpoena the witness? Yes, Your Excellency. Against all odds. Ouchie! Thanks to a certain young stripling... Stripling? The prosecution is now under rather painful scrutiny from the government. Sorry. Let the government scrutinize, that's their job. It's nothing to worry about. It's highly unlikely that the good relations we forged with Great Britain will emerge from this trial unscathed. Will you still think it's nothing to worry about when the new treaty breaks down and our nation founders? What? I assume we were meant to say flounders. Again, terribly sorry. If the friendship between our nations is so fragile, then the treaty isn't worth the paper it's written on. It's so idealistic. You really have nothing to worry about, Ryunosuke. What do you mean? A secret trial, anxiety over some foreign government's opinions, a bungled investigation, missing witnesses. Is this what our nation calls a justice system? No, that's what our nation's justice system is. Is this what our nation's justice system is? Okay, yeah, that's a proper sentence. I don't know why. Is this the Supreme Court of Japan or of England? Shut up! Shut up, you jumped up rookie boy. You and your friend know nothing of the situation our nations find itself in. Oh wow, he just wiped all the sweat off with one go. Crazy, over his glasses. By aligning ourselves with this great world power, we'll become strong. Diplomacy has never been more critical. Steady political maneuvering is what will secure our future. I will say though, if they're just suddenly so concerned about like, oh, we'll just throw a Japanese person under the bus for our British superpower, like, they're just gonna step on you. They're just gonna step on you the whole time. I won't deny that I'm no expert. I'm just a student, and one who could arguably study harder too. But standing here now in our Supreme Court, there's one thing I feel very strongly. A country that fails to uphold the truth in its justice system is a country with no future at all. Damn. Well said, Ryunosuke, despite the wide-eyed look of terror. You little brats! Thank you, Counsel. This court is the pinnacle of our nation's justice system and exists solely for the pursuance of truth. With that in mind, this trial will now resume with the next witness taking the stand. The visiting student from Great Britain, Miss Jezebel Brandt. Yes. Your Excellency! Oh, that's a hat. Ah! Ah! She scared the shit out of me, Kai. Hi. Hi, Raiders. I am Rekky. I'm a red panda who wields swords as gay as hell. Welcome. Welcome in. We're playing the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. And... Oh, what were you up to, Kai? I hope you had a nice stream. What a delight! Well, what a delight it is to welcome such a fine gentlewoman to Japan, and from such a distant land. I also like to write homes, yes. Hide your wife. I'll take her. I was reading Dracula? Oh, sick. You're doing a reading stream? Love it. I'm kind of doing the same thing, but just through visual novels. God, aren't you such a creep? Tea. Someone bring English tea. In England, no discussions will take place without tea. Is that true? No idea. So, could we possibly trouble you to state your name and occupation for the court? Of course. I really like our hat. It's the... Is that like a bustle? What's up with the skirt? I don't know what's up with the skirt. My name is Satoru Hosonaga. I have been working undercover as a head waiter at La Yes, we all know about you already. You might notice her theme. What, swans? Inspector Hosonaga, where are your manners? In England, it's always ladies first. Is that true? No idea. More importantly, a little earlier today you said something to me. You said that your powers of observation are one thing you're sure of. Oh, yes, I think I did, didn't I? Yet your description of this amazing sight was simply a woman. Sorry, Ryunosuke, but powers of observation aside, your powers of description are sorely lacking. Guilty. So, dear lady, once again, if we may trouble you for your name and occupation, please. God, his face is so fucking creepy. Oh, seriously? Blah blah, English. I don't understand English. I'm terribly sorry, dear lady. But what? She's freaking pretending. I love that they just decided to go, English is cursive. The lady here says that her name is Jezebel Brandt. She comes from London, England. She is a visiting research student currently enrolled in Yume University's medical faculty. Oh my, what a rare treat to hear the dulcet tones of a delightful language of the British people. Oi. You fucking what? I'm afraid I don't understand a word you said, but it was as beautiful as a hummingbird song. You are such a fucking kiss ass. You're such a simp. As far as I can tell. The detective is translating her words faithfully enough. Is Rizzing? No. No, he's not. Yes, I agree. Haha. You're obviously fine in England, Kazuma. Her English doesn't rattle you at all, does it? Nor you. You've been clearly paying attention in your English classes, Ryunosuke. The court thanks the beautiful lady for taking the stand. Now, if we may trouble you to confirm something, Miss Brad. 3 days ago, at the restaurant La Carnival, a grim murder took place. The court has been led to believe that you were dining with the victim, Dr. Wilson, at the time. Is that correct? English. English. She says yes. Bro. This could take some time. Oh, he's so obviously filtering shit. So even though she's been studying here in Japan, she can't speak any Japanese. Oh, something English that he'll filter. Some more English that he'll filter. She'd like to apologize for disappearing from the scene. She says that she was due to make a presentation at the university, so she had to leave immediately. I'm sure everyone would understand if you were a witness in a murder. Interesting. When you're the one who engineered her escape. I was just following special orders from the bureau. Well now, dear lady, would you be so kind as to cast your eyes over this photographic print? A dead man. Seeing as you were, so unfortunately, present at the scene of the crime, could it be that your resplendent eyes caught sight of a wicked perpetrator, perhaps? He's not even... I don't know if they're like skipping over it, but he's actually not even translating for her. She's just talking. Apparently it was very frightening and sorrowful sight. Do you mean to say... Yes, it would appear the lady did witness the crime. The very moment the accused, standing right there in the courtroom, shot the victim in cold blood. Oh, she doesn't have a bustle thingy, she just has a fucking tail. Is she a furry? Order in the court. Did you hear that, Your Excellency? Here we have an absolutely conclusive witness statement. Fuck off, bro. Feathering. So she's avian. Well, looks like it's clear now. Clear who our real enemy is. Don't look at me like that with a sword. Unfortunately, I will have to ask you to formally testify if you please. Kindly tell the court the exact nature of this frightening and sorrowful sight you described. Blah 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 blah. Can you say something that's like enemies of the government, we must riot. Murmur, murmur, please say the wrong. Say something completely in English, and I will translate this wrong. Oh, it was terrible. I shot him and blood got all over my dress. And in fact, I just couldn't bear the sight. I had arranged to meet for a slightly late luncheon with Dr. Wilson that day. The professor was unable to eat, so I ordered for myself only, a beef steak. And then his blood got all over my steak. It was terrible. Oh my god. After a while, the accused came over to greet the professor and they got into a fierce argument. It would be funny if it'd be funny the girl was just speaking to her. She's not actually in English. She's just a Japanese person. She's a Westerboo. Then, not long afterwards, the accused took the professor's gun and shot him right before my eyes. And then I lost my appetite and I couldn't eat any more of my steak. I didn't carry a gun myself, so I obviously couldn't have been the culprit.
Yes.
Let me read the fucking sentence, bro. This is a condemning testimony indeed. No, I didn't have any kind of argument with the professor at all.
Objection!
Quiet, you filthy wretch. Look at you, your black-hearted blackguard. Look at this Snow White angel. Oh my fucking Christ. I'm sure even a dark-minded scoundrel like you can imagine whose words the court is going to believe. You're still making the same mistakes, Ryunosuke. You mustn't blurt out when you're goaded like that. That's a lesson you need to learn. But he's so annoying. He's into white women hard. Honestly, her outfit's really fucking cute. Of course, I was at the scene as well. I took statements from this lady and the two witnesses who testified before and reported back to the bureau. It was decided that Miss Brett was not involved, so I let her go. The testimonies of the last two witnesses were completely worthless, however. Well, even so. On the day in question, the lady was wearing the same outfit she is today. I doubt that. As you can see, there is nowhere about her person she could conceal it far. Have you seen her hat? Have you seen her hat? Her dress? The fucking feathers? It's so easy to hide a gun anywhere on this woman. Even in her bra. I would think she could hide a gun almost anywhere in that outfit if she wanted to. Thanks, Ryunosuke. The man don't notice this unusually giant hat. Unless and until the precise location where the witness is to have hidden a weapon can be shown, this is moot. The swan is a gun. Alright, that'd be so cool. Hat gun. There are no pockets in my outfit. I have nowhere to hide a gun. what bras made? What? How old are bras? I need to look this up. The first official bra, 1800s apparently, which honestly, probably not. But you don't need pockets to hide a gun in this entire thing. Oh no, she's probably wearing a stay. Oh, my historical fashion is completely wrong. Someone please correct me. Those are the witness's own words on the matter. Corset. Yeah. Hiding in a corset. That's ridiculous. If only I was allowed to lift up her dress, I could prove it. Don't think about doing anything rash, Ryunosuke. But I didn't fire the gun that I picked up. There must have been another gun off there out that day. Ugh. You're right about that, which means this lady was hiding a gun somewhere. Wait, did I read that as the right person? I did. Yes, that's what we have to prove now. And to do so, we need to pull her testimony apart. I have evidence! It was your smirk! Knowing Ace Attorney, the gun is still on her outfit. Yeah, because people are stupid. The defense may now cross-examine the witness. Oh, yes, Your Excellency. Alright. Cross-examination. Finally, luncheon with Dr. Wilson. Yes! After 2 PM, in fact. That's really quite a late lunch, isn't it?
Objection! You
don't keep up with the latest fashions from Britain, do you? Late luncheons are en vogue, isn't that right? Do they even have a Japanese word for en vogue? No. Don't. Huh. A decisive English no. It's quite a sting to it. The gentlewoman is currently working in the victim's research laboratory, it seems. So it was apparently a daily occurrence that they would lunch together. Instead of brunch. Call it, if it gets too late, you call it dinner. But on the day in question, the victim had another appointment at the clinic first. Yes, which we proved from the medical report card that was submitted as evidence earlier. That's right. Miss Brett and the victim went to lunch following the victim's treatment, which is why it was so late. Yes, that all makes perfect sense. Such wonderful logic. What a shining example of English intelligence this fine gentlewoman is. I want to beat this guy over the head with his fan. So you both arrived at the restaurant. What happened next? You woke up again? Welcome to the world of the waking. She ordered herself a beef steak. Then why was it on his side of the table?
Yes.
What? He was unable to eat, you say? Okay. I mean, glad you're here. And that was because he had a tooth removed at Hotta Clinic, remember? I got correct. Blech. That's right. You're supposed to actually check with the witness before answering. Was Miss Brett aware of the fact? It seems so. Yes, she heard that the professor was to have some dental treatment. So that would mean... So that was you who ate the steak pictured here. Is that right, Miss Brett? That's right, yes. The print you have there shows the table exactly as it was after the horrifying events. Exactly as it was left? Dear me, what a harrowing experience! To have traveled to a distant island so on the far side of the world, and be embroiled in such a tragic incident. Have no fear, my dear lady. I swear I will crush the evil fiend that has subjected you to this. I can't with this guy. It's So, the victim, Dr. Wilson, had nothing to eat or drink at all? That's right. Other than some carbonated water. Just water? Yes, the professor was unable to eat, but he had been given permission to drink water. Why carbonated water though? So it appears that the diners toasted their lunch with a glass of water each. They each raised a glass of carbonated water. What do you think, Ryunosuke, about the last witness statement? It's meaningful. Oh, he's back to not being able to slap the table. That last statement of yours, Miss Brett, has a profound bearing on this case. Well, well, how fascinating. Do tell us, what is this profound bearing? The significance of the statement will become apparent when the time is right. The defense calls for the witness's last statement to be formally added to the testimony. Well sidestepped, counsel. Very well, Miss Brett. Kindly repeat what you said to be added to your official testimony. Gladly, she said. She didn't say shit. That was brilliant, Kazuma. I'm going to remember that one. Which one? The significance will become apparent in time when the time is right. I could really use that phrase. I'd hope there are some more useful tips you're picking up from this experience than that. Ryunosuke. Okay. So, shit, cheers over carbonated water. There's no fucking carbonated water here.
Yes!
That's it! Let me just confirm something, please. It's to do with this photographic print. Just a short while ago, you spoke of this print showing the victim's table at the crime scene. Hello, Tiny. Your body aches and you don't know why. Maybe you slept funny. And then it was exactly as it was left. That is correct, the lady says. Ugh. Well, it's Very odd. It's odd. Very odd. Dear me. What's odd in the defense's inability to express itself? My right shoulder feels like it has twisted and nerve or something. Oh. Maybe you pulled a muscle. Or almost dislocated your shoulder. I don't know. You're a nurse, Gabe. What is it about the print that looks odd to you? Well, obviously it's the cheers. The cheers? Miss Brett just told us that she and the professor said cheers over a glass of water. But if that's true, there should be 2 glasses on the table, not 1. Oh. You're quite right, Counsel. There's only 1 glass pictured here.
Objection!
Are we supposed to be impressed by this nitpicking over minutia? You're in court, bud. You nitpick over everything. A lawyer's job is to nitpick. What are you talking about? What? What possible difference does the presence or absence of a glass make on the case?
Objection!
Minutia, you say? Could it be that a detective here removed the glass from the table to conceal the lady's presence? Of course not. I would never do something so reckless. He started table slap. But there should have been 2 glasses on the table. Or are you going to try to tell me you can clink with only 1? You're quite right. I certainly took 2 glasses to the table. Ah, British stuff, British. Ah, I ate the glass, actually. And swallowed it whole, in fact. Inspector, what did the lady say? It would seem that Miss Brett took the glass from the table. What? It was also terrifying, everything that happened. I panicked and thought I should try hide the fact that I'd been there at all, she says. She's saying. Good gracious. Sorry. There, I assured the court before, this is of no consequence at all. Oh, please. We must remember that this student had just murdered this lady's luncheon companion before her very eyes. Who could blame her for concealing a glass or 2 in her state of disarray? That's absurd. Oh, really? So do we take it that you are now going to accuse this vulnerable, young, and beautiful woman of mischief? Fuck off. No, this can't be put down to mischief. I'd like to know exactly how the lady took the glass from the scene. I took it by swallowing the entire glass whole and running off with it. Mischief. Running away with it. Oh, no, I broke it and hid it under the table by accident. It would seem that she slipped it into a small handbag she was carrying. A handbag, you say? Yes, take care. Yes, Your Excellency. A small handheld pouch commonly carried by well-to-do women in England. Tiny, I need you to confirm or deny most of these things. Because this is an English woman, and I'm sure you know all about it. So, the beautiful lady has very graciously explained how and why she removed the glass from the scene now. However, the fact remains that this glass has absolutely no bearing on the case. This student has been trying to confuse the court with logical reasoning, but in the end it comes to nothing. Your internet's starting to die. Alright. Take care. See ya. Thanks for coming along. I appreciate it. Thank you for the raid. Everyone go follow Kai. He's cool. No more pretentious accusations. You have wasted enough time already. Indeed, the lady has offered a satisfactory explanation as to why she removed this glass. I think henceforth we can consider the matter to have no bearing on the case. Counsel of the defense, are you in agreement? Well, I don't know really. If you want to pursue this matter further, you're going to need to show something that has a deeper significance. Yes, you're right. So she took the glass away in her handbag. If there's deeper significance there, it's the handbag. Wait, the lady put the glass in her handbag, you say? You'd have a gun in your handbag too. Yes, do try to keep up. It's already been explained to the court and that all English gentlewomen carry handbags for small items. Let me see, a little while ago Miss Brett stated the following. There are no pockets in my outfit. I have nowhere to hide a gun. But, what she forgot to mention was her handbag. In which would be perfectly possible to conceal a gun. You're right. Well done, partner. I had a feeling you'd pick up on that too. What are you insinuating, you vile blackguard? It's really very simple. The gunshot was heard when the defendant picked up the gun from the restaurant floor. As he didn't fire the gun, we deduced there must be another firearm at the scene. The true murder weapon, if you will. Yo, you can't seriously be suggesting. Inspector Hosonaga. Yes? Did you or did you not search Miss Jezebel Brett's handbag on the day of the murder? No, sir, I did not. As I thought. In other words, another gun, the one that was actually used to kill the professor, could have been hidden in Miss Brett's handbag? Ugh, no! Order. What is the meaning of this, Inspector? The meaning of what, Prosecutor Alchi? Why on earth did you not have the lady open her handbag and show you the contents at the time? Thanks to your bungling and incompetence, now she has to endure these uncomfortable accusations. Brilliant work, partner. Now we have the chance to expose the real woman behind the mask. You think so, Kazuma? Bro, like, are you getting, like, arsenic poisoning or some shit? Well, what a sorry situation. Clearly you have no faith in the police. I really don't. Given how this court's been going, I have no faith in any authority here. As I said, I did not search the lady's handbag after the shooting. Simply because it was unnecessary. Bro. Bro. Unnecessary in what way? I ought to thank the student lawyer, really. I have a piece of evidence here that I completely forgot about. This photographic print. This print is a of a photograph that I thought would be prudent to take immediately after the shooting. Why would you think it's prudent to take a photo of this handbag? As you can see, it clearly shows Miss Brett's handbag. Well, I never planted. You can see right through to what's inside. That's right. Apparently, meshwork bags like these are the height of fashion in London at the moment. So the contents are clearly visible. Exactly. So there would be no need to search the lady's handbag. Why didn't you say that from the start? If there was a gun inside, it would have been immediately obvious. So as you can see, there's nothing to imply Miss Brett's guilt here. That fucking smirk on her face, I want to slap it. Thank you for helping me prove that, Naruhodo-san. Ora! Inspector Hosonaga, will you submit this print? You will submit this print as evidence at once. Certainly, Your Excellency. Photograph has been added to the thingy. I think you've had long enough to cross-examine the witness counsel. The court has now been shown considerable evidence. As the photographic print just as submitted into the court record appears to have no further significance. Hold on. Is there anything? Why does he have a... He has a brand on his wrist of the hot... Is it the hot plate? Or maybe he loves this restaurant so much that he got it tattooed. I am satisfied that there is no longer any room for doubt in this matter, and I must make my ruling. Indeed, and there is only one logical conclusion. That the pathetic rookie slumped over the bench before us is the only possible perpetrator of this crime. No. Just when I thought I was beginning to turn things around. I'm in a worse situation than I was at the start. Oh no. Bro's headband's not waving anymore. This is terrible. We're all doomed. Kazuma? I'm sorry, Ryunosuke. They seem tired, like they're tired of this, yeah. Now the cross-examination of the witness is over, there's no way to force the trial to continue. What? You mean this is it? I must say you put quite a fight for a rookie student, but the weak are meat, while the strong eat. You're wasting your time. There is no way you could defeat true justice. A fact you can chew on to your heart's content from the inside of your cell. This can't be happening. Am I really going to be found guilty for a crime that I didn't commit? And Kazuma, his dream of going to study in Great Britain will slip through his fingers. Kazuma. What? Is there really no chance of turning on the no chance now of turning this trial around? You heard the judge. There's nothing about the last photograph the detective produced that we can contest. Which means there's no basis on which we can argue for the trial to continue. This is a really short cross-examination, honestly. Very well. I will now proceed immediately to the ruling. It seems we'll be able to report to the British government on time after all. That smug little. Ryunosuke Naruhodo, having considered all of the evidence... Yes. Wait, Your Excellency. Ryunosuke. I don't think you can rule on this case yet. This amateurishness is getting tedious. When His Excellency deems that the trial is over, he gives his ruling. That is the most basic protocol of the court.
Yes.
Your Excellency, just a moment ago you said this. As the photograph print just submitted appears to have no further significance. There is no longer any room for doubt in this matter, and I must make my ruling. Are you cross-examining the judge? Now that means if there was a problem with the evidence, a significant detail I mean, then ruling on this case at this time would be out of the question. This is a blatant straw clutching. Look at the photographic print. All it shows is the handbag of the gentlewoman was carrying on the day in question. There can be no problem with this evidence. You better know what you're doing, Ryunosuke. I understand your objection, Counsel. Certainly, the new evidence submitted by the detective has not undergone the court's scrutiny. However, I fail to see how we can glean any new information from this handbag. Ha! My thoughts exactly. Really? The prosecution is becoming tired of this rookie's desperate wheezes. Yes, I am desperate, but this isn't a wheeze. There's something about this photograph which doesn't seem right. If only I could put my finger on it. Very well, I will grant the defense one final opportunity. What? I know, I can see it. Look at this graph. But be warned that if I am unsatisfied with your response here, the trial will be over with immediate effect. Do I make myself clear? Yes, Your Excellency. So, take another look at the photographic print Inspector Hosonaga has just submitted before. You will identify for the court where in this print we see the significant detail to which you have alluded. This thing.
Yes.
Look at this. Look at this here. There's a very unusual mark on the victim's wrist. That is true. It looks almost like a bird of some description. Dear me, I was pondering the new what new piffle you would come out with. Piffle? A bird, you say, on the victim's wrist? Clearly that has nothing whatsoever to do with the magnificent lady's handbag. Of course not. Yes, that is a bird mark, you're right. Go on, Inspector. The police coroner also noticed it when he was performing the post-mortem examination. It was deemed unrelated to the cause of death, so he did not note it in his report. What did I tell you? In any case, we have no idea when the victim suffered this burn, do we? And no possible way of knowing either. The more I look at it, the more I find myself intrigued by the curious shape of this mark. However, as Prosecutor Archie points out, unless a firm connection into the case can be shown, I cannot allow any further time to be spent on the precise details of this burn. Ahaha, something English. Kill him. Excuse me, Your Excellency. It would seem Miss Brett has a lunch appointment with the Dean and other university staff. You can't just let her walk out of here. She's a fucking witness. She would like to know if she can be excused from the stand now. Oh, of course. Of course, dear lady. We shan't hold you up any longer. I'm quite sure His Excellency is about to give his final ruling anyway. What's your thinking on this, Runosuke? Do you believe this burn does have something to do with the case? To be honest, I'm not really sure. But if I don't keep pushing, then it's all over. So I was thinking I should just keep digging and digging, then in the hope that I might uncover something useful. Yes, you're right. I am? If we can just link that burn to the case. If we can do that, then we might be able to prise this shutting door back open again. Just give up, Council. You can't possibly hope to do that. Indeed, I'm afraid without evidence, I can't allow you to pursue what is little more than conjecture. But if we had evidence that irrefutably linked the burn to the victim's wrist to the case, then would you allow it? I would, yes. To tell the truth, I hadn't noticed that burn. But as soon as you pointed it out, what did I notice? What I did notice was the color draining from Miss Brett's face. Really? I had to find some link between the burn and the case. This is the moment of truth. It's time to find some evidence that proves what the burn really means. So then, the defense will now present its evidence to the court. The evidence that demonstrates blah blah blah. I believe it's this one. Yeah, that's the one with the.
Yes!
Look at this photograph. Every time it makes me go. What's this, Council? Yet another print? Yes, Your Excellency. I believe the photographic prints are an amazing invention. When we humans look at a scene, we miss things. But in a photograph, things we may have overlooked at the time are recorded forevermore. Do hurry up, Rookie. What are you trying to say? To inconvenience this poor lady any further would be quite inexcusable. Actually, we may need you to stay with us for a little longer, if you don't mind, Miss Brett. You see, it's very clearly visible in this other photograph. How did the victim come to have an unusually shaped burn on his wrist? The reason is recorded here forevermore. What? Oh.
Objection!
You can't fool me with your little bluffs, boy. If that's your game, let's see how it plays out. Show the court exactly what you mean. What is in this photograph that explains the reason for the victim's burn? Da-da-da. This thing.
Yes!
The beefsteak? Look at this graph. Oh. Actually, the point is the metal plate where the steak was served on. The plate. Ah! Your Excellency, are you alright? Oh my god, it's in color. As you can see, there's an emblem on the plate. I would guess this is some sort of trademark of La Carnival. Ah! This emblem on the plate and the victim's burn are the exact same shape. Oh my god. I love how stupidly dramatic this is. Funosuke, you genius. Just spot on. Which means the victim must have suffered this burn while he was present at the restaurant.
Objection!
But even if that's the case, the one who win the trial is the one with working eyes. Yes. We can't know if it happened the day in question or not. It could have been the day before or the day before that. It most likely happened at some other unrelated time. Well,
Objection!
Sadly, Prosecutor Ouchie, the chances of that are really extremely slim. Thanks. Why? The outline of the burn is clearly discernible. Such a serious injury would have caused quite a commotion in the restaurant. Wouldn't you agree, Inspector Hosonaga? I can't imagine having missed such a terrible disaster, certainly. But... I would say, looking at the picture of the wound, that it wasn't suffered very long ago. And although it's not a particularly large burn, it's extremely well defined, as the defense just pointed out. This was no mild burn, that's for sure. Can you be more specific, Inspector? Well, let's see. If the plate was around 90 degrees centigrade, a burn like that would have taken around 3 seconds. It's inconceivable that a victim wouldn't have let out a scream of pain then. I've been investigating at the restaurant for several weeks already, but I've not heard anyone scream at all. He had anesthetic in him, so he probably didn't even feel it. As the head waiter of La Carnival, I can testify to that without hesitation. But you're a detective, not a waiter.
Yes!
Yes. So there you have it. Something isn't right here. As the detective said, anyone who burned themselves on a piping hot plate for 3 whole seconds would scream in pain. There's no question of that. And yet, Inspector Hosonaga never heard the professor scream. Not on that day or any before. Does everyone have short-term memory loss? We literally came up with this explanation like half an hour ago. What? That's right. The strange thing is, on that day he was shot, I didn't hear him cry out either. Maybe the professor has a strong arm. No, he had fucking anesthesia running through him. Of course he doesn't feel anything. What are you suggesting? Well, if the professor had carelessly laid his wrist on a plate of anything for anything like 3 seconds that day, that would be beyond careless, I think, Counsel. Then the rest of us in the restaurant, myself, the sergeant, and the old antique dealer, all of us would, without any question, have heard him scream. Wouldn't you agree, Prosecutor Alchi? Oh, well, yes, I suppose. So the question is, why didn't a single person hear Dr. Wilson scream? I almost can't believe it. Runosuke, do you think? I feel like I'm playing like Dora the Explorer, but for lawyer game. Hi, so Dora, do you know why the man didn't scream? How do you spell anesthetic? Can it really be true? I never dreamt we'd arrive to a conclusion like this, but I'm starting to think that maybe we've been led into a terrible trap. There's only one explanation I can think of to make sense of this apparent impossibility. On the day in question, when he suffered burn to his wrist, he was already deceased. He hadn't noticed the burn. Oh wait. Yeah, what if he was already dead? Yeah, what? Because it's on his right wrist. So he dies, he slumps over, he puts his wrist on the plate. And then it burns him, and then they turn the chair around. Here's he dead. Save and load here. I mean, I'm not getting penalized, so I could probably just go through all of them, right? I think. I hope. No man could remain silent while his wrist was burning on a piping hot plate for 3 whole seconds. That's clearly impossible. Apart from one particular situation. Counsel, are you suggesting... Yes, it is only possible if the man was already dead. Already... dead? Knowing what we know now, it's the only possible explanation. It's not actually the only one. When the beef steak was brought to Dr. Wilson's table that day, the professor was already dead. Oh. Madness! Order, order, order. Please, counsel, explain this absurd notion at once. The victim was killed by a gunshot. That's right. That's absolutely right, Your Excellency. This is just another ridiculous ploy by the rookie student, but clearly has no grasp on the facts.
Objection!
No, Prosecutor Alchi, it's you who has no grasp of the facts. I beg your pardon. As soon as it became apparent that the victim had suffered a burn while at the restaurant, the whole case was turned upside down. Or have you not grasped that yet? Your Excellency, the court must hear from those witnesses again. If it's true, as we now believe, that the witness was already dead before the gunshot was heard, it is highly likely that Miss Brett knows something about it. Oh, he got poisoned and then they shot him. Oh, what's that? I didn't even... Incredible. I certainly didn't anticipate this twist of events. I'm sorry to say, Miss Brett, that you will have to forget your luncheon engagement. But, Your Excellency, my cock is fully locked and loaded for this woman who cares nothing about me. Oh my goodness, my white knightness. Ah, he's such a fucking simp. Well, there goes our theory. Yeah, I mean... Oh, my back. Ow. Hold on, I'm gonna check. No. I said to wait 3 hours for the anesthesia to fully wear off. I don't know if that would have done anything for the rest of his body. If they... Yeah, I don't know. The justice system in our country must be in its infancy. Maybe in its infancy. But rest assured, all reasonable doubt must be dispelled before I am prepared to pass judgment. Thank you, Your Excellency. Laughing gas does kind of do that, and I'm not quite sure how they would have done it in 1850s, but considering how very gung-ho people were about giving each other drugs, it wouldn't surprise me if they gave him enough to make him really numb. What was that smile? Yes, of course. I mean, I'd be delighted to help. Especially if it helps relations between our country and yours. She speaks Japanese! Miss Brett, you speak Japanese? Well, of course I do. I'm studying your country after all. But then, why have you been speaking through an interpreter until now? My mother tongue, the Queen's English, is the most refined and elegant language in the world. The elites of this era would have parties where they get high on laughing gas and laugh each other bumbly. Yeah. As a gentlewoman, I try to avoid speaking your vulgar tones as much as possible. But it seems the men of this land possess none of the chivalrous virtues of English gentlemen. Shut up, busy woman. So I can see that I shall have to lower myself to communicating with you all on your own level. Oh, well, you are the epitome of a true English gentlewoman, you fucking simp. We are truly honored by this lavish consideration you so graciously afford us. Epitome? Epitome? I'm so fucking stupid. I see. In that case, Miss Brett, I will now ask you to testify in your own words about the events leading up to the death of the victim, Dr. Wilson. So, we're finally going to hear her own words on the matter. Things are getting interesting. Ryunosuke. The way they like paused and then just said his name. Witness testimony. Unfortunately, I have no idea when the poor man burnt his wrist like that. I think that's one fly away when she gets angry. Probably. When the waiter brought my steak, the professor and I raised our glasses in a toast. As far as I've heard, the post-mortem report showed no other possible cause of death besides the gunshot. If there's some other way a man's life can be taken without a trace, please do show me. But of course, this country's inferior investigative techniques would probably wouldn't pick up on it anyway. Wow, what a testimony! What a fucking testimony! That was the most captivating and beautiful testimony. That most captivating and beautiful testimony will go down in Supreme Court history. Thank you. Fuck off. Easy does it. I hope that it's the last time I will have to sully my lips with the coarse tones of your unbecoming tongue. I'll show you a fucking unbecoming tongue. Oh, forgive me. I do hope I haven't insulted anyone. You fucking... Not at all, not at all. It is merely a delight to hear you speak, dear lady. Oh my god. You can't be racist if you're a hot British woman. It seems very clear that from your testimony that this boorish talk of the victim's burn is utterly irrelevant. I will be speaking to your country's Minister of Justice about what happened here today. The Minister of Justice? May that irritating little bully of a student be given the harshest punishment possible. Amen. No, she hit us with the amen. Oh fuck. Huh? Thanks? What was that, a prayer then? Well, you'll have to forgive the irritation, Miss Brett, and put up with a cross-examination now. Oh no. I expect you've noticed that this little bully of a student, as you put it, doesn't miss much. I'm sure I don't need to remind you, counsel, that this will be your final cross-examination in this trial. If you fail to demonstrate any problems with this witness's testimony, I'll be ruling on the case immediately. Is that clear? Oh, new animation. Yes, Your Excellency. Then you may proceed with the cross-examination. Well, time to press her for everything. Press her, press her, press her. The slappers are out.
Yes.
But his hand was on the searing hot plate for at least 3 whole seconds. Can you not have noticed? You can't not have noticed. Do you think so? Let me ask you something. Sorry? Ever since I arrived in this courtroom, and even still now, the fly on those unsightly black trousers of yours has been wide open. You can't not have noticed, can you? Huh? What? What's fun? You hadn't realized? The dear lady is absolutely right. As your friend, you've embarrassed me as well, Rude. As well as yourself, Rude. Why didn't you tell me? Dr. Wilson was a true English gentleman. He chose honorable silence over a vulgar scream. Can your tiny brains imagine such a thing? Oh yes, I think my tiny brain can. Oh, hey, this guy, I can't with this guy. Yes. Well, I can't. Anyway. Brother, this is embarrassing. Here's our glass on a toast. As far as I've heard, should know other possible court. You heard about the post-mortem report? Yes, it's written here in the paperwork. Fatal hemorrhaging from ballistic trauma. Yes. Luckily for all of us, a little burn on the wrist isn't going to kill us. And as there were no other signs of trauma on the victim's body to indicate some other cause of death, it can only have been a bullet from your gun to put the end to that innocent man's life. But it doesn't make sense. The burn must have happened straight away when the plate was first brought to the table by the waiter. Yes. Yes, that's true. If it had cooled even slightly, it wouldn't have been able to make a burn like that. And if the victim burnt his wrist on a hot plate as soon as it was brought out from the kitchen, then he must have been dead. Must have already been dead at that point.
Objection!
And yet, the fact that the victim was killed by a gunshot to the chest. Until you've been able to show court evidence to disprove that, this is a complete waste of time. I concur. Prosecutor Alchi is right.
Yes!
I mean, there is. It's poison. Leaving without leaving a trace. Ah. If someone is shot, or strangled, or stabbed, or thrown from a height, however a person's life is taken, there's always the telltale traces on the body. Right, dear lady. And as our police force has thoroughly examined the body of the deceased, there can be no doubt. Isn't that right, Inspector Hosonaga? As I've said, I always aim for a flawless investigation. There would be physical traces with all those causes of death, that's true. But maybe there's some other way of killing someone that doesn't leave a mark. Hola! Can everyone say poison? Sorry, I just wanted to check if he had like any like injection marks on him. Such grainy photos. Maybe these flowers have something to do with it. Bet. Alright. If you have an injection mark so easily show it, would be so stupid. Yeah. I wanted to see if they said the time. Like, just for my own interest. No, that's not it. Yeah, he could be poisoned during that time. He could be poisoned during any time if they put it into his carbonated water. If, heaven forbid, you doubt me, young man, you're going to have to tell everyone how exactly you think the professor did lose his life. Otherwise, I'm afraid your argument falls rather flat, doesn't it? Oh no, perish the thought. Calling such a sweet young lady's innocence into question. On my honor, I, Takesuchi Achi, will cut down any who cast such aspersions. A way of killing someone that leaves no trace. We need some evidence to back us up here. Yes, evidence. But of course this.
Yes.
Okay. Inferior? What do you mean by that? In the lands of Great the Great British Empire, the police store everything found at a crime scene for later examination. But in this country, you investigate once, and that's the end of it. Isn't that so? Quite right. La Carnival is open for business as usual today. Just days after the incident. Exactly. Which means that even if the investigation takes a different direction, vital evidence may be lost. Did Bro get poisoned? Did this guy get poisoned? He's poisoned. It doesn't even occur to you, your naive detectives to try to preserve the crime scene. Can you read the other dude's mind? Yeah, I guess I can. I'm trying to be tactful about this as I can. You understand? Haha, a killer blow. The lady is as formidable as she is beautiful. Oh fuck. Amazing. He's actually admitting our police may be flawed. Perhaps Prosecutor Alchi is finally starting to see some sense. I very much doubt that. Still, there's something about what Miss Brett's just said. There was a moment before when something didn't seem quite right. What do you think, Ryunosuke? I think it's going terribly. No matter how much I press her, I'm not turning up any new information. Yes, as I suspected, she's a tough witness. No shit, 6 o'clock. Okay, let's finish this cross-examination and then I'll probably stop. We need to find a way to break her testimony, or the cross-examination will be over. But that would mean I have to find a way. There must be some clue somewhere to help us find a chink in our armor. Kazuma. What, Ryunosuke? There is one thing I noticed that's been bothering me. Bothering you? You mean about Miss Brett? Actually, no. About the person standing next to her. Inspector Hosonaga. The detective? Yes, he seems to react a little strangely to Miss Brett's statement. I was wondering if it might be significant. If it's It might present an opening, maybe. Alright, I have an idea. Try pressing her on that last statement one more time. You think so, but this time instead of targeting the woman herself. Let's see what we can get out of the detective. Alright then. I wonder what Cosmo's thinking. I'll find out soon enough, I suppose. Once I press Miss Brown on the last statement again.
Yes!
Yes! I'm pressing her.
Wait.
What do you mean, wait? I can't. What am I supposed to do with this? Oh. Yes, there it is again. The detective's reaction is the same as before. Why? Up until now, the detective has been in the stand with Miss Brett as her interpreter. But things are very different now. For this testimony, the detective is just listening to what the Englishwoman has to say. This could be a golden opportunity. What do you mean? When people are actually testifying, they're usually very careful not to let anything slip. However, when they're listening to someone else speak, you'll find them, they often let their guard down. You're right. Look at him, he's lost in his own thoughts. It's time to pursue the man and his train of thought. Sorry, pursue? I'll explain how to do it, Runosuke. It's all to do with the witness marker. What marker? At the moment, we're focused on Miss Brett, who's the person actually making the current statement. But by moving the marker left or right with left D-pad, right D-pad, you can turn your attention to other people in the stand. Using our power of listening to the other guy. While you're looking at the other witness, you'll be able to pursue them with A. If you can catch a person at just the right time, you might uncover some new information to pursue. Oh my goodness. If you ever notice a strange atmosphere amongst the people in the stand, take a good look around. Alright then. So first I should move the marker across with left D-pad, right D-pad, and focus on the detective. Then pursue him with A, and see what's on his mind. Here we go.
Wait.
Look around. Bing bong.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. What's the meaning of this? I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to shock you. He really was lost in his thoughts deeply. It looked like you were thinking something just now, Inspector. Perhaps having heard what the lady next to you had to say. If there's something you'd like to say, please share it with the court.
Objection!
What is the meaning of this? This is a delightful Englishwoman who's testifying at the moment. You can't find fault with if you can't find fault with their testimony, then the cross-examination should be over immediately. Oh, is that how this works? Absolutely not. Oh. The detective is in the stand, which makes him a valid witness. Yes, not to mention the fact that he's intimately involved with the case. Inspector Hosonaga. Yes. Do you have something to add in relation to the statement made by Miss Brett? Well, yes, if you don't mind, I would like to speak. The lady is right. Our country's police practices are not as modern as those used in Great Britain. Which is why... my eyes. Oh. Which is why I, Satoru Hosonaga, always strive to make every investigation I'm involved in flawless. What do you really mean by that? I'll tell you what I mean. I won't have evidence lacking on my watch. I'm not afraid to take everything I can from the scene of the crime. It's preserving evidence, you see. Just left the handbag there. I don't care if they call me a crime scene thief. I'm not ashamed of what I've done. A crime scene thief? Well, looks like the lady's remarks touched a nerve there. That's tampering with the crime scene. It is. Take this, for example. Is that... This is the bottle of carbonated water that I took to the victim's table that day in question. And yes, it's lost all its fizz, having been opened 3 days ago. But it was carbonated. I don't care what anyone says. Yes, there's still some left in the bottle. I can see it. One day, our police force will be among the best in the world. The time is coming. I guarantee it. He drank some of it, and now he's poisoned. I can't say I condone the witness's actions, but I do understand the sentiment. The court will accept the glass bottle of water as evidence. It has been added. Miss Brett. Can you confirm that this is indeed the bottle from which you drank on the day of the victim's death? Yes. What's the bottle? It was that bottle. What's that about? She seemed to avert her eyes when she answered the judge's question. Very well. Counsel, you may resume the cross-examination. And the inspector will kindly control his fervor. Ahem. Okay. Here's our glasses and a toast. This label is written in a foreign language that I don't recognize. You know what it says, Kazuma? I think it's French. It must be very expensive water. Yes, but what does it say? That's what I was asking. Then go to France and ask. You just say you don't know. So this carbonated water was the last drink Dr. Wilson ever had. Looks like there's a little left in the bottle, though it's just plain water now. You know, I've been sweating so much, I'm absolutely parched. I'll just have a sip of this to keep me going. No, Ryusuke, you can't do that. For one thing, that's evidence. You can't go drinking evidence. Oh no, you're right. Don't know what might be inside, do we? You never cease to amaze me, Ryusuke, in more ways than one. I wonder, could there be anything in this water? What's the matter? You got all quiet all of a sudden. I think I might have just worked out something out. An interesting possibility. Ta-da! Naruhodo, you big himbo. Oh, naruhodo. That evidence contradicts the facts as demonstrated by this evidence. As far as I can tell, there is nothing untoward about this evidence. But that... Pull yourself together. You look as though your eyes are about to pop out of your head. Aw, damn it. I can't help that, it's just my look. Oh, right, whoops.
Yes!
Wrong statement. What is this? The bottle of water? Actually, there's one method of killing a man without leaving a trace that comes to mind. Obviously, I'm referring to poison. Poison? On the day of his death, we know that Dr. Wilson drank from this bottle of carbonated water. Could it be that there was poison inside? I know for a fact that this Hosonaga dude drank some of it. Could it be that the professor actually died after taking a sip from his glass? Order, order, order. Confidence slam. And on that day, who was sitting at the same table as the professor and able to slip the poison into his drink? There's only one person who could possibly have done it. Jezebel Brett, it was you.
Objection!
This is outrageous to suggest such a thing without a scrap of evidence. You little rocky imbecile. Have you ever considered the delicate situation our country finds itself in now? Have you forgotten that we have only just signed an accord of friendship with the British Empire? Gives a fuck, dude. Have you even the vaguest inkling that your rash accusations could jeopardize the entire treaty?
Objection!
This is no political arena. This is a trial to determine one individual's guilt with respect to one crime. What? The fact that this woman is British makes no difference. We're here to determine the truth. Ahem. If I may. Shut up, it's great. It is you who should be silent. Of course. Dear lady. Simp. Where did that come from? She just snapped. I'm afraid I may have spoken unfairly before. I offer my most humble apologies. I'm sorry, my lady. What are you referring to? I described your police force as inferior, but no matter how inferior they may be, you still investigated this particular point thoroughly, I believe. The bottle, I mean, Inspector. Whether it contained poison or not. Of course. You did? Have you forgotten what my guiding principle is already? I strive for a flawless investigation every time. I don't believe it. Naturally, we tested the inside of the bottle and its contents. And? What did you find, Inspector? I ordered tests for every toxin that's available in this country at the present time. We could find no trace of poison of any description in the bottle of carbonated water, Your Excellency. Well, it's probably because she's British and she brought it over by herself. Or imported it. And also it's a French bottle. What? Are you sure? The tests were meticulously carried out by our chief coroner himself. No. No! I'm very grateful to all you Japanese. You successfully established my complete innocence in this horrid affair. Thank you. But of course, dear lady, the pleasure is all ours. I'm dead. I was so sure. This can't be right. Everything's falling into place if he was everything falls into place if he was poisoned. Thank you, Counsel. I think the cross-examination has clarified everything. The prosecution have asserted a shot to the chest from this gun is the only conceivable cause of death. Furthermore, the accused, who by his own admission was holding this weapon, is the only possible culprit. Why is this gun not a piece of evidence to be shown in court or looked at? Why is this outside of the court record? I'm done for. The court wishes to apologize for the great inconvenience this has caused you, Miss Pratt. Oh no. I'm just glad the matter is resolved. Before proceeding, I must ask the counsel for the defense. Do you have any further new evidence to present to the court at this point? Kazuma. Oh no. Oh no, Kazuma doesn't know. We're fucked. I'm sorry, Ryunosuke. I have nothing more. Well, if you excuse me, I must be leaving.
Hold it!
We actually have to use our brain now. Oh my god, it's this lady. Please wait. Oh, what voice should I give her? Oh wait, whoops. Isn't that... What is the meaning of this? What voice do I give you? Please forgive my intruding on court proceedings, Your Excellency. Confident Japanese voice. Susato Mikatoa, Judicial Assistant to the Defense. Mikatoa. In my darkest hour, with nowhere left to go, she appeared like a bolt of lightning. Oh my god. Ah, bro. And in her hand, she carried a small package wrapped in furoshiki cloth. Wow, that's a pretty good time to finish up the stream then. Reno's skills bile along. How many save things? I have 20. I'm just gonna rewrite the first one. Okay. November 1. Ah. Okay. Okay. Well, that was fun. I'm really enjoying the story, but it's also kind of like, oh man, some of the writing is kind of weird. It feels very, it really does feel like very much like Dora the Explorer, repeat a thing it used 5 million times, or real acetone. The real acetone was the British weird sort of silly game. It truly is. I love courtroom drama. It's very funny. To just watch everything just be really stupid. But damn, like it feels it's not Dora the Explorer. It feels like Pokemon. Every single time they're just like, oh my god, ground type's so bad. Water type's good against ground type. Doesn't Ash know this? Blah kind of crap. Just tell you everything twice, several times, every episode. This is tamer than the other games. Maybe I should play the other games. But yeah. Thanks everyone for hanging out. If you haven't already, please follow, and also you can join our Discord for all you little lurkers out there. So you really hammer it down in the original? Oh, okay. But yeah. I will most likely be continuing this, of course. I'm having a lot of fun, like, doing silly voices. But yeah. I'll see you all tomorrow, actually, because it'll be my actual stream time lot. It was fun to have it in the background. Yeah. Second monitor content. I'm so honored to be on your second monitor. I'll just have me on your third, in which case I'll be like, okay, that's okay. That's okay. Alright, see you guys.